Okay, so now we're back after the experiment. The experiment didn't go as well as we would like, um, especially dropping the last two games. We dropped the game against the Lions and then the 49ers. So that was not okay. Um, Having a chance to actually watch the games as they took place, I was very upset with Dak Prescott's performance in the game, especially against the Lions. Three interceptions, three, okay, and two were out of the end zone, and one was a pick six. Right? Well, two were on drives that we were going to score. He threw one right in the end zone, and the other one we were driving, and then boom, got picked and went for a pick six, I believe. Now I could be misremembering that, but one was a pick six for sure. Just not exactly 100% positive where it was exactly, but either way, it was unacceptable. And then against the 49ers, a pick and a fumble. Now, our defense looked awful against the 49ers. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They looked awful. Against the Lions, they didn't look great, but they did make some plays. But when you throw a pick six and you throw three interceptions, it's an uphill battle, right? Especially when I believe the last turnover was when we were driving to try to, if I'm not mistaken, driving in overtime, maybe? It's hard to remember. Um, Against the Giants, I did not like that game at all. Back and forth, and they just didn't look good. Against the Steelers, the defense, and then that's the thing that's concerning me too, is right now, the defense didn't look that great. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, Diggs is balling out, eight interceptions, and he's only played in six of the seven games, and he's got eight picks. Bland is getting beat quite a bit. But then Diggs is out of position too at times, quite often, and that bugs me, right? So the defense isn't where it's at. I mean, Micah's got 8.5 sacks. Uh, Osa's got like 5.5 or 4.5 sacks. Um, but I'm not overly, and we extended Osa, so we have him. He is going to be on our team for a while. So that's not going to change. But this is the last day for a trade, and seriously, after watching the last two games, I was seriously last night after watching the 49ers game. I was like, we can't beat the Lions, we can't beat the 49ers. What are we going to do in the playoffs? And at that point, I said I better just sit back, relax a little bit, and not let my emotion, my disgust dictate what we were going to do, because I did look for some trade offers for Dak. I said, you know what, we're going to extend. I said we're going to give Trey a chance to get extended, and we're going to trade Dak and get what kind of capital we can. Best offer I saw, well, the most, and then I'll even show you guys, because this really was what I was playing around with. All right. So now, first, since we're here, let's look at the league, right? I'm sitting here and I'm like, who's running away with it right now? You know what I'm saying? So we go to league standings. The Dolphins. The Dolphins are 7-0. The Niners are 6-2, right? And there's no reason we should have beat them. I mean, and watching that game, we were just lucky the game was as close as it was. Ravens 7-1, one loss coming to us. Raiders have found something. They're doing something. The Jets, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan, but he is a good quarterback, and I think they had all the pieces. They just needed somebody to solidify it, right? Bring it together. And then, you know, that is Rodgers. The Lions, 5-2, they got lucky against us. They got lucky that Dak gave them the game. Um, Chargers, not surprising. Not surprising. They've had the pieces for years. I think their coaching is what held them back. You know what I mean? They've had an awesome quarterback. I think Herbert is one of the bright young talents in the league, and they just couldn't get it all together. So there you go. I mean, don't get me wrong, because they had a great receiving core. I really like Mike Williams. I like Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen is one of the best route runners in the league, and he's got hands to go with it. So, but they became, you can't pay them all, right? And that's just that, I guess that is the nature of the game. You can't pay everybody, right? Um, Steelers, a little surprising because if I'm not mistaken, I think Fields is starting. They Fields started against us. Bengals, not surprising, and it wouldn't even surprise me. Like they're on a 3-game winning streak right here. Yeah, they start slow and then they pick up steam. This one's a little bit. This one's a little bit right now, you know, and they've lost two straight. Well, so have we. As a matter of fact, there we are. The Bears, I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I'm holding judgment on Caleb Williams, but everything that I'm seeing and hearing and just everything that the media is putting out on him and in the highlights and stuff like that, I don't know. I think he's the deal. I think he's the real deal. So I think the quarterbacks, not the quarterbacks, but the Bears finally got themselves a quarterback. Falcons, that's a little bit surprising, right? They started out strong and they just teetered off, I guess. Cardinals, mm, just not. I'm not a huge Cardinals fan. So as you can see, right now the way this season is, there's the Patriots, the Commanders, and the Titans. I am surprised that the Titans are down here. I don't think the Titans are that awful of a team, right? And I don't know, like each week, what the outcome of their games were, but 0-7, that is a little surprising to me. Um, Panthers, the organization has to get their act together. The Broncos, the organization has to get their act together. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm not surprised at all. Um, Peyton's a good coach, yes, but sometimes, man, you got to get out of your own way and work with the talent you have and figure out how to make that work rather than say, well, I just can't work with them and take such huge hits. And yes, I am referring to letting Justin Simmons go, letting um, uh, Russell Wilson go, letting all your top talent just walk out the door because they clash with your ideology. Well, I don't want to say ideology, but your style, or you're just like, no, I'm so above all this, I don't have to deal with problem children. And then to me, what really solidifies you as a good coach is your ability to deal with problem children and make it work. And you're not showing yourself as a good coach yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like I need ideal situation to really be a great coach. And so now granted, this isn't real life. This is Madden. Madden right now says that the Broncos are supposed to be 2-6. Seahawks, that's a little surprising. The Browns, maybe. And again, I don't know. Well, four straight, three straight. Yeah, something's going on. right? Something's going on there. Honestly, I'm not a Geno Smith fan. I was very happy to see his first game as a Seahawk because it put down Russell Wilson, but I've been pretty surprised at all the love he's been getting since then, you know. I mean, yeah, you had one good game, and after that, you're doing okay, but you're not a franchise quarterback. I just don't see that. Bills, four straight wins, 0-4 to start. That's just crazy. Okay, so that's what we're looking at with the. And then the reason I went in here was just to show I don't know that anyone is really running away with it. 7-0 seems great, but I almost see them coming down to earth real soon here, right? Um, the Niners and the Ravens, those two teams I see probably still keep going. The rest, I think it's going to start mixing things up. I wouldn't be surprised by the Lions or the Chargers. But then you should see the Bengals start to separate themselves. I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs here in Madden. I don't, but that's weird. So for us, we're sitting here 4-3. I'm very annoyed with our quarterback play, right? I'm very annoyed with our. I hate to say it, but I was watching the game and I'm like, and I still haven't gone in and looked at my offensive play chart. I got to do that offline. Go in there, look at it because a lot of the plays that I saw being run and in the situations they were being run in, it was just very head scratching and very annoying. Well, here's crazy. We are the number one scoring offense, number one pass yards. We're ninth rush yards, right? So let's go back here and let's look at stats, right? So down the side here, Dak's leading the league in yards, not in touchdowns. Purdy is because he threw so many against us. Um, no, we got nobody up here competing for the rushing title. As a matter of fact, our lead rushers is Zeke at this point. Um, you got Ayuk who scored several, I think maybe two, possibly three against us. Um, just this last game. So even though we're leading in pass yards, it's getting divided pretty much. I mean, CD is leading the team, but it's a pretty even split, I think. Sacks. Well, Quentin Williams from a DT position has 10. Crosby, he's just a beast. And then there's Micah, 8 with 8. And then there's Diggs with 8 interceptions. Tyron Matthew, he's got 5. Jair Alexander, he's got 4, right? And then you got your tackles. And then I believe it's based on solo tackles, not total tackles. So Jordan Hicks, right, is leading that. So back over here. So yeah, I am annoyed right now, seriously annoyed with the performance from the last two games. So one of the things I went in here and I looked at was I come down here, look at Dak. I can just go right in here. And then first let's look at this. So 10 interceptions. So last season means absolutely nothing. He's reverted back. And I think that's Madden, not like I don't expect that IRL, but in Madden, they still have it so that he has a propensity to throw picks. And I think he kind of combated that last season. And he's only had one serious season where he had serious trouble, right? Because here he missed the first half of this, not the first half, but a majority of the first half of the season. And then when he came back in limited play, he was throwing quite a bit of picks. At least one per game. If not, if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking he played in maybe 10 games and he threw 15 picks. So right now, in 7 games, he's thrown 10. But in 17 games last season, he only threw 9. So, and then you look here, he got hurt, but he had 4 picks already. Here he had 11 in 16 games, 8, right? And then, but this is when he was starting out, right? And then for some reason this season, he just decided, hey, I'm going to start airing it out more. And he was just throwing more and more picks. But I think that might have been at the early part of the season. And that was the experiment that went wrong, where we said, no, we're going to let Dak do everything. And then we, if I'm not mistaken, did not sign Des back one of these 2 years. I don't know. One of these seasons we decided not to go with. It might have been here. I don't know. We'll see. Um, this looks more like the season with Amari coming in and saving us for a while, and then we end up being stupid and letting them go. So 10 interceptions, 19 touchdowns. Yes, you're leading the league in yards and everything, but that's because we find ourselves quite a bit having to try to come back and get ahead. But I'm not going to put all that on him. Our defense isn't stopping anybody, and that's kind of frustrating, right? We're not going to resign Lawrence. As much as I like him, we're not resigning him. I just can't spend that much money. So, one of the things I went in here and I was looking at real quick was you come in here. Now, this is the part that bugs me about Madden too, though. Arizona, you have Kyler Murray. Why do you need Dak? So it's like make trade offers that make sense. And the logic last year was if the team had what they considered a franchise quarterback, then it would not draft another quarterback. I don't know that that was successful. I think I've still seen teams with franchise quarterbacks draft quarterbacks, but I think overall it might have been a success. It should be the same logic for trading, right? Unless you don't think. And here's the other thing too, though. The part of the logic should say, how much money do I have wrapped up in my starting quarterback, right? Because they have a significant amount of money wrapped up in Kyler. Don't you don't trade first round pick, third, fifth, and seventh. Granted, the first and third are 2 years down the line, and you're starting left tackle for another quarterback that's 55 million. That's just insane. The Commanders, okay, that one makes sense, even though you just drafted a first round quarterback in Jalen Daniels, right? And then you're giving away Jonathan Allen. Your one of the two best players on your team is Jonathan Allen and the other dude. I can't think of his name right now. The other defensive tackle. For some reason, it escapes me what his name is. Wow, because I really don't like them, but that's because I'm a Cowboys fan, right? So that one makes a little bit more sense, but still, you're I think they're 1-7. So okay, the experiment isn't going as well as planned, but it's not. It's supposed to be rocky. It's the first season, his first year, but bringing a seasoned quarterback like this, like Dak, and try to recover the season a little bit and let the rookie learn, you know, So that one kind of makes more sense. This one makes absolutely no sense at all. Absolutely none. You're gonna give away your best receiver? No, well, I don't know, because Ayuk is pretty good too. But you're giving away one of your top receivers. You're giving away serious draft capital. Basically, your second, third, fourth, and sixth pick next year, right? They're pretty high in the round, so they're not that great of picks for the I mean, if you think about it, you really want to. If you think about it, lower the round. So the second round pick is like an early third. The third round pick is like an early fourth, right, and so forth. But this makes no sense, right? You have Purdy. Absolutely no sense, right? They shouldn't be in here at all. This one, I it's a hard one for me, right? Because what you're saying is you're giving up on Trevor Lawrence, right? That's the mindset. Okay, when we're trying to figure out. So you're giving up on Trevor Lawrence, and you said we need somebody right now, and we will look to the future at some point when Dak can't do it anymore. You know, so this one's iffy. It's not, it shouldn't be there, but it's iffy. This one makes absolutely no sense either, right? Jared Goff came in and outplayed Dak in the game. If I'm not mistaken, you just extended him. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Your top pass rusher? You know what I'm saying? No, no. This one makes absolutely no sense. I'm not going to say this one doesn't make sense, but it's an iffy category, right? Jordan Love just came into now in IRL. Jordan Love came into Dallas in the playoffs and outplayed Dak. You know what I'm saying? So, and as far as I know, he's doing all right. So you got your best pass defender, right? DB, and you're giving up a future first and third and fifth from 2 years from now. I mean, if Jordan and again, I can't remember what their record is right now. So if Jordan isn't working out in Madden, then like I said, so it puts it in the iffy. I don't want to just totally discount it. I can see this one, and the reason I can see this one is because you got your future, Drake May, and you're right now the senior quarterback in the room is Brissett. I like Jacoby Brissett, but he's not Dak, right? So this one kind of makes sense if you want to recover your season and start to win now, right? Because you got some good tools. You got some tools in place, and then to me it's appealing because Christian Gonzalez, right? Now I got Christian Gonzalez, young star talent, up and coming. I've got Deron Bland, and I've got Trayvon, right? And yes, I mean Deron wasn't exactly killing it for me in the last few games, but the guy that was getting beat was Jordan Lewis. Was just to me his play was pitiful in the secondary. Him and Damone Clark were just absolutely pitiful in pass defense. And I was just getting so frustrated with the two of them. And I'm like, so this one means, I can't trade. Well, I could if not force a trade, but I'd have to find and build the trade myself for Jordan Lewis. But if I accepted this trade, Trey Lawrence would not Trey Lawrence, but Trey Lance would be our starting quarterback, and then I'd bring him in. I'd get rid of Jordan Lewis, and I would um, try to find a third quarterback just to bring in for depth. You know what I mean? This one kind of makes sense to me because right now it's Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. And if I'm not mistaken, I think who did we play against? I think well, I don't even remember who we played against. Um, so it's one or the other, and I don't. But I think they're winning right now, so I think they have a winning record. I can't remember now, but so that one kind of makes sense. And but the thing is, I'm not bringing in another high priced diva wide receiver, for that money. As much as I like Devontae Adams, I just I don't want that cap hit. You know what I mean? And then so if I were, I would try to counter offer this one or this one, right? Because I do think that Dak would be a good fit in either one, but I would have to go in here and then say, okay, wait, that second round pick in 2027 needs to be sooner, right? Give me a second round pick in 2025, right? And then I might even say, okay, give me the second round pick in 2025 and take Jordan Lewis off my hands, right? So that would be something I would consider. Um, is it an absolute fair trade? I think getting a first round pick for Dak is a very fair trade. Would I would prefer it at the upcoming draft? Oh heck yeah. But um so that's the thing too. But then again, so calmer heads, cooler heads. I come back and I said, okay, you know what? Get out of there. Come in here. Let's look at our depth chart. And I got to be honest with you. So, very first thing, I said, you know what? I'm going to slide Diggs into the slot. Granted, Diggs is a boundary corner. And then in Madden, he's actually a great slot corner because I've done it many a times. I'm sliding him out into the slot. I'm sliding him down into the slot. I thought about putting Bland in there, but Bland, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put Bland back in there. He prefers to play boundary, so I know that. I know he prefers to play on the boundary. Why? Because in real life, he's actually said I prefer to play boundary. Right? He says he can do the slot, no problem, but he prefers to play on the boundary. Sub Madden keeps doing this. Oh no, that's right. That one's right. Kendricks, you have your old spot back. Overshown, show me what you got. Right? I'm tired of watching Damone Clark chasing after tight ends. And granted, it was Kittle that we use, but it wasn't just Kittle. It was the other dude, number 81. I can't remember his name right now. He's just chasing them all over the field. It's like, wait a minute, why are you chasing? Why aren't you? You know, uh, I'm like, I'm quite certain neither one of them is faster than you are. So how are you getting beat so badly, where you're trailing so bad? All right, so we got and then boom, right? Now, also, right now, I gotta tell you, it's like Makwamu, show me you can play. As a matter of fact, we have gotten to the point, and it's sad, but this is how I'm feeling, right? I just watch way too much stuff happen, and I just watch him just. Now, granted, I don't know. It's like the slot, whoever was in the slot was just killing us in every game. But then again, Debo killed us no matter where he lined up. Ayuk killed us wherever he lined up. And then, we couldn't even handle Jennings or the other dude. And I can't even think of his name. But it's like, And then against the Lions, you know what I'm saying? We couldn't handle we couldn't handle Raymond. We couldn't handle uh what is that guy's name? St. Brown. It was crazy. I was just sitting there. All right. Now, some people will say, why is Osa all the way down there? Because I don't want Osa in at defensive tackle on in base, right? And then Madden has this thing at times where it'll just jump and rearrange your lineup for you. So if you're not constantly checking it, next thing you know, it's like, wait a minute, that's not what is supposed to happen. And one of the things that I did do is Nealon gets to start. I'm starting Nealon at right end and base, opposite Lawrence. Yeah. So defensively, that's what we're looking at. Um, I'm just gonna make sure I have enough people, and then be honest with you, I'm gonna do like this. Phillips is all over the place right now. Got Schoonmaker, Fergie, and then yep, yep, yeah. So that is where we are. So right now, no rash judgments, no um major decisions right now. So what does that mean? That means, yeah, we finish out the season with Dak. We see how he plays the remainder of the season. I hate to say it because this is the one thing that we're really ticked off with Jerry Jones about, right? Not signing him when it's most cost effective. Because right now, it's 3 years, 152. If I remember correctly, at the beginning of the season, it was 3 years, but it was like 149. It was just under 150, right? And I could be wrong, but it's 3 years, 152 right now. So that's 50 a year. So that's less than what he's getting right now. And then we go in there, and one of the things I do real quick is I go player friendly, and then I can reduce it down. I think. So will he accept 4 years? I don't know. But I can still get them under 60 a year, right? And I could probably reduce this down to 26 and reduce this down to say 28 and get them at 54, or reduce it down to 29 and get them at 55 a year, right? So basically, instead of what they're projecting next year at 60 in IRL. But here's the other thing. I could also, if he's not playing well, decide then we are not resigning you. That's a given. That's a definite. Um, him, he's only 24. I can resign him maybe 5, 6 years out for under 40, right? Possibly only 38 a year. So if I can build him up and get him good, then I've got a long-term quarterback at a decent price that isn't inflating with everyone else's price going forward, right? It's not great price, but it's comparative to say it's 17 million less than what I'm looking at for Dak, right? And that's if I can convince Dak to take 55. But if he really wants 60, then we're talking, 22 million less than what I'd be paying for Dak. So I'm kind of leaning that direction. That's really the direction I'm leaning towards. So then the problem is then just do it, pull the trigger, trade Dak, get some capital, right? Because right now, letting him play out the season and then not signing him again means I get nothing. I just get what he does the remainder of the season. Do I think we have the talent and the ability to go all the way with him? I don't know. Well, one, because from this point on, I'm the one that's controlling him. so, so, and we saw that, we've only had one really good game with him. So, out of three, one out of three good games. So, am I really going to be the one? So, but then again, I can user him, and then all of a sudden I go like, all right, Lance, you can go. All right. So I'm not getting any kind of capital back for either or. But let me look, because if we go here, because really this is what it is. If I go here and I say, all right, look what we're gonna get. Not impressed. As much as I do like Jalen Hyatt's speed, I don't know. Really, you see what I'm saying? You're not getting a lot, and really the only one that makes sense, in truth, I want to say the Steelers kind of make sense because they're still trying to figure out their quarterback, and I think Lance is just as is right on par with Fields, right? And it and in truth, I don't know. I think Lance's potential upside is higher. Fields might be the better runner. I think Fields is definitely the better runner, but I think arm the arm goes to Trey Lance. So you see, so we're not getting as much for Lance if we trade him. So it's really, what do we want to do? Do we want to start the Lance project now, or do we want to start it at the end of the year? So give ourselves one more shot at doing something with Dak. And if he comes through for us, then we say, all right, farewell to Lance, right? And that's our cost. We only lose out on getting an extra fourth and sixth and some bridge player. If we decide to go with Dak and he doesn't do it for us and we don't sign him, then yeah, we lose out on a first round pick. You lose out on an up and coming star, and I really like Christian Gonzalez, so that's a hard one to walk away from. We're not paying you $20+ million a year. As much as I like you, at your age, we're not going to do it. And then yeah, Cam, I don't know, man. You're not doing it. I don't think I want to pay him $20 million to come back one more season. I don't know. I don't know. Brandon Cooks, we can safely say. I mean, he has balled out in some games. You know what I mean? But I am ready to just get younger there. I like Zeke, and Zeke has been balling. Um, it's only 5 million a year for serious good backup. Not doing that one. Israel, this is your chance now, buddy. This is your time. I put you back to corner. Now we got to see what you got. Dowdle, no. We are going to be looking for a new running back. We need to get that room going. Kendricks, man, I don't know. I don't know. The age is what's killing me on you, bro. Don't get me wrong. I like you. Turpin, no. Chauncey, Part of me wants to say, let's just trade him now and see what we can get for him. But I don't think anybody's trading anything. Let's look. No offers. So, nope. So we might end up letting you walk, bro. There's a chance I hold on to him. And the reason being is I'm not set on what my defense is going to be next year. In case you're wondering, I think Micah is a 3-4 outside line, rush outside linebacker. He's not a defensive end. I don't really consider him a good 4-3 linebacker in the sense that he's great if you keep him rushing at the line. I just don't know his cover skills are that good. So part of me is like we might be better suited switching to a 3-4 with two interior linebackers, you know, doing everything, and then but the only thing that stops me from doing that is right now we do have, a two hand in the dirt defensive ends. One I'm not bringing back, but the other one I am, and that's Nealon. So that one's going to be interesting because Nealon's not he's not a 3-4 end, right? He's a 4-3 end, serious straight up 4-3 end. So I don't think he could be a stand up rush end in a 3-4 or rush outside linebacker in a 3-4. Freeman, yeah, dude, I don't even know why I kept you on the team. I should have kept Kelly. Um, Rush. I mean, come on, I can't actually argue the price, man. 3 million. Uh, you know something? Let's do this real quick, just so that we have. I'm gonna be nice. Let's just do that. Yeah. I that one was a simple one, and then real quick here over here for what's his name, Hendershot. I'm not impressed. Hoffman, Anger, dude, you're getting old, man. I just want to get here. I mean, I wish I would accept it right here. Boom. That's really cheap too. Now, a lot of times, what I've always done is I've just slid. I didn't care what the Cowboys were going to do in the draft. I just slid Tyler out to tackle because that was the original plan. He was drafted to be the left tackle, and somewhere down the line, somebody convinced themselves that he's better on the inside. I don't think so. I think he's good on the inside, but I still think he would be an awesome left tackle. All right, so with all that said and done, we got everything. We're ready. We still got 13 players. The scouting, just to show you real quick what it looks like at this point. This is where we're sitting at, and yes, I made a huge mistake earlier. I've been messing up all this entire season, so it's killing me. I haven't figured out exactly how to tell which ones you have favorited, but at least here, and then they added in some good stuff. They just kind of like right now I can't go in and readjust the position, right? My board. Like I haven't figured out how to move people up and down my board here. But you can come in here and you can sort on any of the categories, which is great. So here's all my QBs, here's my halfbacks. This to me is kind of cool right here where you can come in and sort on their projection. So that kind of puts them kind of in order. Because in order to add players to your board to go in there, I had to go into each position and pick players at each position, right? So when we come over and when you pick them, that's the rank on your board. Okay. So as you can see here, when I first started picking players, I was in the main screen. So their projections kind of make sense, right? But then all of a sudden, you get down here, and then now as I'm adding based on position, you can see like QB, they're in the order that they are when I added them. Halfback, I went into halfback, and you see they're in order. And then receivers, so each screen that I went into and added players, that's now their rank. But you can see I got an undrafted player at 56 and a projected second round player, second, third round player at 57. So now their rank, and then I can't just click and hold. See, I can't click and hold a player to move them up the board to change their rank. That's not okay, because that is something we were able to do before. And then, so, I mean, this works great in the sense that, okay, at least now their projection. But then if you as you scroll down, it's like, well, gosh, look at this guy, 114 rank. Well, that's not his actual ranking. That's rank. That's the 114th player I added to my board. Right here's the 155th player I added to my board right here. And then you can see, so, and then I think this might have been the last player. No, it's not. So on my board, I've got like 180 some odd players, but there's no way to rank them the way I want to, right? Simply because you can't right now. I can't figure out how to do that. And then, I mean, I can come in here and let's just do that. Then we come back here and we do that. But that's it. Now, the mistake that I made, and then yeah, I'm an idiot, is at least I went in and set my focus for national, right? But I forgot to set my focus for regional. So quarterback is my focus on each one. So this is almost a wasted season. Oh, by the way, so if we come in here, I cannot import a draft class that I've downloaded. I've downloaded like 6 different draft classes. None of them I can import at this point. I don't understand why not. And I've been, I tried at the beginning, but I can't. So if you just hit the left stick and you say import a local file, and then this R test isn't a draft class. It's not. That's just something I put there, right? And none of the draft classes that I've downloaded are available for import. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know why they aren't. So that's a bummer. So hopefully they figure that out and fix it. Maybe I'm the only one that's happening to. I don't know. I don't know. So, real quick here, we're going to get into this and then we're going to call it a day. We're going to play the full game. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm going to be rusty. All right. Oh, and we're at Atlanta. At Atlanta. Uh,
It's week 9 of the NFL.
and then one promise I will make at this point. You hear that? It says Michael Parsons. Who am I? Who are we looking at? He doesn't. They don't look that much alike. Now, if they were showing me Sam Williams, then I'm like, I can see the
First
mistake.
opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. The home of the Falcons. This is Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, it's that time of year, a little bit more urgency. The calendar fades. Chance to November, kind of the good teams on. I think the NFL season always a great time to
All right, we got to go
start
against
preparing
Kirk
for what's
Cousins.
down the road.
I always felt, even as a player, that you never really knew how good you were as a team or how good everyone else around the league was until you kind of got to this point in the year. November, December football. That's really where teams separate
All right,
themselves
so
from
they're
the
four and four. We're 4-3.
picture start to unravel.
So that is our self-imposed obstacle that we need to come over right now. So we're gonna skip the first quarter and see up 7-7. All right, they were driving. So let's see. We were driving 14-7. Ah, 21-17. 24. Our defense sucks. All right. So we can go slow, but I want to back out of this for a minute. I want to go in here. I want to look at stats. Oh, interception. Dak Prescott. Part of me wishes I would have just went ahead and did the trade. Darnell Mooney killing us. Look at that. Zeke 1 yard run. Brandon Cooks 1 yard run. And then I'm going to say right about here is where I think, dang, Mooney is an all-star, all-pro against us. What in the world is going on there? 3 touchdowns this fool has. He's probably over 100 yards too. Brandon Cooks is trying to keep up, but not. But I'm going to say somewhere right here. Interception. Dak Prescott. Atlanta. Touchdown. How are we letting Kirk Cousins beat the crap out of us? Bijan Robinson, we're holding him down. Akers, man, come on, bro. Fergie, Cooks, Lamb. Lawrence with two sacks. I decide not to sign him, and he decides to start playing. Michael with a sack, TFL, and Ebikidi and AJ Terrell, of course. All right. So first things first. Who's in our slot? Why did I do that? Because I think Mooney's beating us out of the slot. Akers gets the first half to try to do something, and if he doesn't, he is then of no use to us. Up here, up here, up here. Play all offense. All right.
3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. Avante Turpin on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
All right, let's see what we got.
Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And as we move into the second half of the season, he's currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month.
Oh, that's overrated. I still wish they would tell you who the feature back is right there. I don't know why they removed that.
They'll run former K-State product too small.
Hmm.
And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
All right, here we go.
Shotgun snap for Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb.
Actually, I couldn't see the ball there, so I wasn't sure.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and
I
plays
have,
like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Tossed by Ferguson. And good yardage there after the catch to wind up with a gain of 7 on.
see, they should have that one more column there and show us
That's been the
the
story
interception.
of these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Holy cow! Is that a bikini?
Behind the line again.
Great job at that linebacker timing his
Dang, he was in there like
that he was coming. He's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
3rd and 7, guys. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson.
There, see, like right there, it says 1 interception.
For 16 yards.
Don't hide it. Don't hide it. He made that mistake. Own up to it.
His progressions, his mind was able to process and go from 1 to 2 to 3 so quickly that he was able to get the ball to the right target on time. And I think so often those two things are different. Being open is one thing. Being open and getting the ball, that's what leads to success.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what that was, but hey, you know, more power to you, bro.
He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield.
I want to know who number 48 is.
Just yet.
Who kicked our butts that one play? What was that? He was like in there. Zeke was just heading back. That was 48, right? Not 98.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. Prescott again. He will take this one across into the end zone. Dak Prescott, touchdown, Dallas. The defense comes up with the.
Well, that's one way not to throw an interception.
Keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, and then the fumbles the last like he's had a fumble in like 4 or 5, 4 of the 7 games he's fumbled the ball, maybe even 5 times. 4. He has 4 lost fumbles, I believe. And I'm like, he handles the ball better than that. So they got him fumbling and throwing interceptions in Madden, just like nobody's business. And it's like, are we serious? Is that really
team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Safe kick taken at the 5. Be brought down.
All right. Let's see this all-star Mooney just kill us.
Here's Bijan Robinson. And the Falcon offense set for their next drive. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, we're nickel.
London brought in motion. They go play action with Cousins. Now, deep ball for London.
That was out.
Inside the 30.
And why is Bell covering him?
Needed one as well. 42 yards.
Did that look out to you guys? I could have.
Plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day.
Where's that second foot?
The quarterback loved his
The knee was the second foot, and the knee was out of bounds. And we're not challenging?
To try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On 1st down, Cousins. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here.
Now, the only problem with that is, okay, and this is something I've watched for a while, and it's this, right? in real life, yeah, we can zoom in and we can see the blades of grass and everything like that. But this is a video game. The animations don't necessarily marry up with where the ball really is. So all 3 of his catches in the first half were touchdowns. That's the first catch he's made and not scored. You're kidding me. Mooney's good, but he's not all world. Good job, McQuamu.
Was the intended receiver there.
So we see the animation for whether it's a catch or not a catch. And hey, nice play, Micah. So we see the animation for whether it's a catch or not a catch. But you can't really rely on that because, one, again, it's the animation. And the animation is going to show you one thing, but the game is already decided, in truth, which way it's going to go. And if the animation just doesn't match up with it, it just doesn't match up with it. So it's like you look at it and you go, wait, no, that wasn't in. That's out. That's out. How are they going to do that? And it's like, well, that's because the game already decided it was in. The animation just can't process it to show you exactly the way it is. As they get better and better, it should. But so I take every animation I see with a grain of salt. So even though, like, even there, it didn't look like his right knee went down out of bounds, right? But the game has decided that he caught the ball inbounds. So even if I was using the defense at that point and challenged, I don't think I would have won. I mean, it's a strong chance I could have. And it's just that the coach blew it.
Start this on the ground with Elliott.
Dude, Trice, man. Come on. All right, so Trice is the guy, but hold your block, brother. Let me slide by you. What that daggone block, man?
Here's a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak.
Hold the daggone ball, bro.
News here, like they got speed from the perimeter. That's just not a lot of teams in the NFL. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue.
Don't get me wrong. No, that was not okay. You had him beat. Hold the ball, man. Hold on to the ball. I got no 3rd and 6 play that I trust.
The shotgun, it's Dak.
Hold it. There you go. I don't trust them to hold the ball. I don't trust the receivers to hold the ball. Their receivers will hold the ball through contact. Ours won't.
Dak to throw. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb.
All right.
And they'll move this ball way down.
CeeDee's the only one that we really can count on. Well, him and Fergie.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards.
See right here, this inside zone. I'm thinking it's not Zeke. Yeah, it's not Zeke. And that annoys me because I want you to show me. Are you kidding me?
And this is taken in by the defense.
Brother, that right there, you lost your you I don't think we'll see you back at running back, man. Not for a while.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamental. You talk about the
That is not okay. That is not okay.
You want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips.
There you go. All right, Osa, come on, man. Where's our pressure, bro?
In a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his
where's our pressure?
He ran out of time, and that's all the
Ooh,
needed to get to the
DB hands right there. But hey, he's 6'4", so you ain't throwing it over him.
It's clearly turnover differential.
Nice D, nice.
Defense, take the
You just say what's the name, his spot on the team.
That's even more critical when you have the ball.
That is the kind of, and then that's why I am not a coach. That's why I probably would never be a coach, because you screw up, bro, you are in the doghouse immediately, and you may never make it back. You may never make it back because it's one of those like old school things. It's like you're sitting and you're gonna sit for a while.
Right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
We're gonna run that play again. We're gonna show him how it's supposed to be done, and then watch Zeke fumbles.
The drive starts with a run, and it's Elliott. The hole closes quickly.
It does, because our offensive line is can't hold blocks and can't open up holes.
2nd and 7. Scott now. There's that man again. Another catch.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
CD, how you letting them undercut you like that, bro? Fight for that, man.
Seeing this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Dang it.
Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player. Whistles and a timeout. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. London brought in motion. Play action now.
What is Micah doing? Micah's just bull rushing over and over again. And it's like, dude, where's your quickness and your side to side? Why are you just trying to? And see, I don't like that. I don't like how it's like all you're doing is just bull rushing over and over again. And it's like, no, you don't have that power. You don't have the power to over. So it's the same.
This ball incomplete.
Nice. Nice.
The type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
This returnable from inside his own 40. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure
That's not accurate. He has 8 targets now
Make your quarterback
and only 7 interceptions. Because that last one should have been a target.
far. I mean, he had
Yeah, the one that
remember
he allowed the guy get the cut across his face and almost intercept the ball.
here in the third quarter.
Now Elliott. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
Did the wrong guy.
They'll stick with Elliott.
Well, it doesn't matter because they get off their blocks so quick.
That's it.
It's like you don't even get to the line before they're off their blocks.
Third and 5.
What? Okay.
Now Prescott.
I might have. No,
Brandon Cooks with that.
that was off target.
It's going to bring up 4th down. The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. Field punted away for the 4th time today.
Bounce.
And no return for
Not that way.
Come out to the 20-yard line.
And here's the thing. I had it pointed out of bounds
As they trot out for this next possession.
because I could feel the vibration in the controller saying you're out of bounds.
Go ahead, score. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Cousins.
Now here's the thing, and then this is the thing that's always bothered me about Madden too. It's about the weekly strategy. So when you do the game plan and you say, okay, and then we're going to concentrate on defending the short pass, and then I sit and I just watch short pass after short pass after short pass, just wide open, not defended. And I'm like, well, isn't that what we're supposed to focus on stopping? Is the short pass? So how come so why is the drop?
Cousins now on
So why is everything underneath open?
Incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more.
But then maybe that's me, and maybe that's just not my lack of knowledge about that. But if I'm defending the short pass, I think those are supposed to be the ones that are not. Yeah, I shouldn't have defenders constantly,
The final play of the third.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not that smart. All right, let's see what we got.
To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Cousins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Pitts is the man in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And they move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Now, the guy that I would expect to be the superstar in this game is Pitts, because we have the Cowboys just has trouble against all tight ends. Don't matter who they are. All right, so we're in base, I'm assuming.
Off the play fake. Here's Cousins.
We're not in base. We weren't in base, but
Quarterback understanding what did he
I don't know
need
what
to
defense we were in
reverse
at
the
that point.
downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver.
This looks like base to me. And we're getting no penetration.
First down throw there is incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Cousins.
Wide open. You see, wide open, just streaking down the field, wide open.
So the field goal here gets you the late lead. I think you want 6.
Now I'm just regretting my decision not to trade Dak.
He's got a big tight end.
The reason I'm regretting it is because I gotta be honest with you, with this defense, they're not doing anything. They're not stopping anything.
They tried for 2, and it does not pan out.
So they decided to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
He's trying to make up for his mistake. He's trying to make up for his mistake.
He brings it all the way back. 95 yards. Touchdown, Dallas.
Little bro
Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch.
made up for his mistake. He's like, I got to make up for it. I got to do something.
All week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their block was
Oh, so close.
in this case, it's very
That was an awful play call, but it was so close to happening. I'm like, why is it an awful play call? Well, because I'm looking at it from this standpoint. Your offensive line hasn't won any blocks, has not protected well, has not done anything. And then so that play is putting the onus on them to stand strong and open a hole. And they haven't done it yet. That's the call you make. It's like you have to. You can say, well, the back has to make one person miss. He did, but he couldn't make 3 people miss. And it's like, well, it's their job to open the hole. Well, yes, but they're not doing it. That's not good. But he ain't been doing anything anyway. So,
who needs medical attention. So as they look
it's just,
we'll take a timeout.
I'm like, sometimes you just gotta know what your team is doing, and they're not doing anything to help you out.
He has been under fire.
Nice job, bro. Nice job.
3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins.
Get in there.
He fires.
And of course they don't.
This is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively.
That was almost completed. I wasn't expecting for us to even have a defender in the area, to tell you the truth.
This fielded inside the 35. Oh, how about that hit? Wow.
Okay. So we got to make this.
Offense, and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic.
He is also right up there in interceptions and fumbles.
At this point in the season.
We'll make it sound like he's having an all-star season.
First down, Prescott. And that one's incomplete, but a late.
I can't see the ball when I'm throwing, so I'm not sure how far off the ball was from the mark that it should have been. Of course, we're going to accept that.
Automatic first down.
First set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Open man, that's the veteran Cooks. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard.
Good job, Cooks.
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And
Yeah, I gotta go through this. I don't know why I haven't.
Dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion,
Because
and then really it's the yards after
this is
catch
annoying.
that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Where you going, bro? Why did you?
First down's going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage.
That was a slant right across the field. If you just kept running,
Location of the field.
you would have found some open space where I was throwing the ball.
I think they've
God,
continue to
dang
do
it.
this to try to generate a little bit of spark.
Why are you breaking off your route?
On second down, it's Dak.
No, CD, 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 man.
Forcing third down.
You give you a second chance at that, bro. Hold on to the ball, though.
Throw again, Dak.
Oh, that accuracy.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic.
It does, doesn't it?
They've already turned
I don't disagree with you.
How dangerous some of these throws have been.
Shh.
It hasn't been even more.
This one is hooking, and he missed it. No good. Wide to the left. And this lead will stay
You
right
cannot
where it
begin
is.
to understand the level of frustration
They're
here.
just trying to
I'm still not used to the meter. Yeah, but that was ridiculous.
Pitts is the man in motion. They'll run here.
Good job, Mozzie.
Short pickup to the 45.
A gain of 2 brings us second and 8 at the 45-yard line.
The shotgun. It's Cousins. Who else?
You see how they're catching it? You see how they're catching it? In traffic?
plays that drive a coach crazy in the film room, and you have to learn as a quarterback to avoid. You can take some chances. You can push the ball downfield, but not only to pick up a couple yards. You got to pick your
Right now, I gotta say, Cousins looks like the better quarterback.
decisions going forward.
First and 10.
Now, again, I'm using Dak, so his woes are probably on me. Kendricks.
Take this down inside the 35.
But it's like when you throw the ball, you want the ball to go where it's supposed to go, and you don't want it to be offline as much as it is. But also, come on, guys. They're in field goal range as it is. Don't let them drive for the touchdown.
Cousins now. Left side.
All right, you're going to see something here. So right now, I'm jumping in because of frustration, but it doesn't mean anything because, again, I'm not used to this. And, again, everything has changed. So it's not what I'm expecting. So the play art is different. And then I don't know why Osa is in my spot.
Here's Robinson. And that'll be a
Why is Osa there? Okay, that is who's supposed to be there.
Cousins.
And of course, there it is. Boom.
He is in.
But that's kind of my fault too, because that's not.
Here we go.
Yeah,
We get set for a big two-point conversion.
yeah, we're gonna lose, but
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he will get into the end zone for the two. Extend the lead.
so maybe that's why I don't play defense.
Breakdown needed here, Mike. Short yardage situations like that, you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line.
I can feel her frustration right now. His defense is awful.
Best results.
A return now from the 4.
Oh shoot!
20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's down.
Okay, so you saw how it lofted up there is because my thumb just reflexively hit the button. Just I wasn't trying to throw, it just reflexively hit the just tapped the button and Dak just let it go. And I'm like, there's nothing I could do at that point. It's in the air now. And it looked like a little punt, like a shot put.
Some good downhill running to get him about 6 yards and set up a much more manageable 3rd down.
That was awful. Not the run. That throw. I don't know what my thumb was doing. Just twitched.
Here's
Well, we can count on him to catch the ball at least.
Nothing a quarterback
If we can get it there.
Pick up the first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That one good for 13. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
I don't like any of these plays.
See going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, if you don't trust your arm, you just gotta run. I don't trust my arm. I don't trust my usering of Dak, so here's where we are.
Gains. See, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
Oh, Fergie, bro, come on, man. I know I didn't put you in the best position, but hold on, man. Just hold on to the ball.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do?
Why it has to be a pass?
They clog up the back end.
2nd and 10.
At the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they bring him down.
1st down.
Inside the 30-yard line.
It didn't have to be a pass.
Gain of 11 on that one. 1st down. Cowboys.
Did not have to be a pass.
Here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, any time the secondary and defensive backs are
The fact that it's 34-41 against the Falcons is a testament that, yeah, we suck.
All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Through the contact. It's incomplete. Good job defensively to beat it just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I don't like this. We're going to do it anyway. Get off him. I ran right into him.
So it will bring up.
He didn't take me down, but I ran into him and I just slowed everything down. Frick. And look at somebody's what's the name? Is that Justin Simmons or is that Bates?
Now Prescott.
Nice.
6. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. His
Let's
key
get back to
reception
normal
of
stuff.
the game. And good for a first down.
To be a prolific passing offense in this league, you have to be able to both throw the ball from the pocket and you have to be able to operate and convert on third downs. And they've really done both at a high level on this drive. And to no surprise,
God dang it! Who the heck is this guy? I'm making nobodies look good.
pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes it takes that one
And making nobodies into superstars.
bigger play than a big
That was crucial.
Begin here with a run by Robinson.
That was a crucial mistake on my part. I was,
in this football game.
what the F was I doing?
So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4.
What the
And it
F was
leads
I
to
doing? Kirk Cousins looks like a superstar. Dak looks like Bush League.
Another run here for Robinson. The Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. The Falcons getting their punter out there as they try to play the field position game
Dang it.
here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. He's to the 45.
Oh, that didn't work out anyway.
He's the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field.
I don't trust
They
them.
trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Hang on through the contact.
Of course you can.
It's incomplete, but a good job defensively to beat him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Prescott now. That one downfield for Brooks. And the ball went in. Seems like it.
We got no choice. This game's done. I just
as the game goes on, these are the throws that
is it? Can we get lucky?
I like the idea of pushing it downfield. The next time they get an opportunity, you've got to
All right, they're gonna rush over to that side. We only got 2 plays left.
On 3rd down, Prescott.
And of course, why am I throwing it to Fergie? He won't catch it. He won't catch it under duress.
Down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike.
We did, but Fergie ain't catching it under duress.
All of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they.
He's
Shh.
going to go down. The pressure once again too much.
Wow. Wow.
The offense finds themselves trailing all out of their timeouts. The defense,
Wow.
they were one stop away
God.
ending this game, and they came.
I blew that one.
Their team needed it.
4-4. We were 4-4 at midpoint of the season with 9 games left. I mean, is it doable? Yeah, it's doable. Can we do it? Not with this defense, not with this quarterback. Well, not with this user. We'll say that. Man, I should really, before I step into another game, is work on my skills a little bit, get used to this. That field goal miss was crucial. Missing that field goal hurt. Um, Throwing that interception hurt. Those were big, huge user mistakes on my part. So don't get me wrong, up to that point, it wasn't pretty anyway. I mean, we're down 24-21 at the half. The fact that we only managed to score two touchdowns in the second half and still give up another 17 points, right? So we got outscored 17-13 in the second half. Wait, yeah, 17-13 in the second half. So we didn't win the second half anyway. Um, but the kick, that wasn't a hard kick. It wasn't, that was me. And then I just didn't hit the buttons up right. Are you serious? Oh my freaking goodness. Um, I'm at a loss on that one. That one, that one hurts. Beecham, nope, nope, nope. Core four. Andre Dillard. Why am I looking here? Because had I found a decent interior guy, guess who would be sliding out to left tackle? Cam Jurgens. He's not like as he's a bridge player. Does already have a bridge player. Mason Brooks. Riley Reef. Oh wait, was that tackle? Oh, that was tackle. Oh, okay. Hmm. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Cam Jurgens, sign him, stick him at center, slide BB out to guard, left guard, and slide. I know. But this is Madden. This isn't real life. You don't do this real life. But Madden, and then slide Tyler out to tackle. I know, I know, I know. I'm not gonna change. And I shouldn't have changed what's his name spot. I should just left him at okay. And I may go back and change him, but then I might not because I don't want Madden playing with my wrong one. This one. Playing around with my roster just because. So Tyler Smith, Thomas. Yep, we'll leave that. And then we are actually going to take him. Look at that. BB is a much better guard than center anyway. Phillips is the man. All right, so now we got BB out at left guard. He's better out there well, yeah, so yeah, no, because Nealon is starting out there. Yeah. Man, that loss hurts. No. Is it too late to make the trade? At 4-4, I mean, our season isn't over, and then surprisingly, we are still going to be, um, well, depending on how Philly does, um, top of our division, right? So we still playoffs are still there, and it's on me to get better, right? And let the team do what it does, but it's on me to get better and get better. Like one, not throw that interception, right? I mean, granted, Dak had an interception in the first half that was just Madden, right? But then the interception I threw, that was ridiculous. And that could be me just panicking and trying to get the ball and squeeze it in where I shouldn't. Um, but then missing the kick also. That missed kick was that was ridiculous. So there were a couple of things, there were several things that I did that weren't good. But then some of the throws that I made Dak make weren't probably the best throws, but I'm not sure why they're so far off and everything. But then again, and it may be like I said, what I need to do is go in, look at the offensive playbook, get plays that I think work, look at the defensive playbook, get plays that I think we should be doing more of. And before I get to the point where I'm like, God dang it, I suck, or man sucks, or, get all my ducks in a row. One thing I am going to go ahead and do, and what I didn't do before the game, and I've been forgetting to do every single time, is, but we're going to do this. Like I said, I always do this. The fact that you can only boost the strength for the offensive line by 2 instead of 3 this time around, that's an L. I really seriously consider that an L, Madden wise. Um, Defensively, I mean, granted, I can boost their speed, block shed, tackle for linebackers, safeties, and corners is not bad. But what's happening right now is our defensive line isn't getting off blocks. They're not getting any penetration. And I haven't figured, I don't know what is happening there. What is the issue there? Why are they not getting any penetration? And then I say that, and then we see there's a lot of times that they are penetrating. It's just, and then again, you know, left up to me, they would be penetrating back in there every single play. Not just, one out of every 4 or 5 plays, right? But then the other thing too is I gotta figure out why are receivers just running around wide open in our secondary. You know, that doesn't make sense either. It's like I'm more of a man type coverage, so I hate zone, but zone has its purposes and you need to run it. It's just they're not doing very well when they run it, and teams are just eating it up. And then you get 400 yards to Kirk Cousins, 450, almost 500 yards to Jared Goff. Purdy comes in there and lights you up. Ayuk has 2 touchdowns. Samuel has a touchdown. You know, and you're like, what in the world? So, or Daryl Mooney, his first 3 catches are all 3 touchdowns. Really? How's that work? Tell me how that works. Especially against this secondary, right? If anything, the thing that the Cowboys that we came into the season worried about the Cowboys for is their run defense, not the pass defense. That wasn't a problem, and now all of a sudden it is a major problem for them. So we got to figure that out. We got to figure that out. I got to figure out how I'm playing and how I'm using Dak. And again, we're not going to trade him. We're not. We're just going to go. And then we got to figure out how to win. I got to be honest with you, 7 of the last 9 games. That's the goal. We got to win 7 of the last 9. That's the only way I'm going to be comfortable. Right? And then that's if Philly doesn't win all of theirs. Right now, 4-4, we're just lucky that everybody else is kind of sucking in the league, right? The only team that's actually really running away with anything is the Niners. And every time I see that stat where Dak is ahead in passing yards, I'm like, why is he ahead in passing yards? Because we can't run the ball. And we have to throw it because we can't stop anybody from scoring. So we have to score with them. So it's not as good of a stat as we want it to be. We don't want Dak leading the league in passing unless we're just trouncing teams. But he's leading the league in passing because we can't do anything else. So we have to figure that out. All right. So there is where we are. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. All your choice. Subscribe keeps it going, keeps everything, really does help out, and it's free. And then we'll see you the next time. I'll probably end up posting this sometime today, and then the next one will be tomorrow, probably. All right. Later. Be good.